listen, running a country is running a business. We need leaders in charge that are more like accountants. That's what we need. We need accountants to be politicians because it's all about money. Like DeSantis is talking about, giving a bunch of property tax relief.
Mhm.
Well, if the counties can handle it and not collect as much as they're collecting because they have a surplus, I see them doing a lot of stuff that I don't know. The problem is people in politics are not business people. That's the biggest problem we got with politics. Okay. And then when we do get a business person, we get some of the, I'm going to say it, cuckoos, because you know why we can't find good leaders in politics?
Why?
Because nobody wants the job because of all the bureaucratic bullshit and all the people in politics that don't know about business, and they all got their wacko ideas on how things should be. They don't just look at what makes sense. Okay, what is the make sense that we need to do here that is just normal and pretty much is fair to everybody. Okay, taxes. Listen, I got to pay 37% of all the money I make and earn. Okay. I think that's a bit high. But the first thing we need to do is let's look and have a real budget. Okay? Where are we spending money at? Where are we wasting money at? But nobody wants the job because there's too much bullshit that goes on. All the CEOs of companies, successful companies, they wouldn't touch politics with a 10-foot pole because you got all the people that don't belong in politics because they just want to have a ride the system job and they want to, push their ideas on you. And it's how they think things should go, listen, and I'm sorry to say, people who are not successful do not belong in politics. If you never ran a business and you never created anything and you never had any experience running anything, with employees, and then you shouldn't be in politics.
I would vote for you. Would you ever run?
Never. Because there's too many cuckoos. I tried to get downtown Clearwater, right? It's occupied by the Scientologists. It's a fact. I'm not talking bad about them.
Yeah.
It's a fact. They bought up all the real estate, and everybody's crying, oh, they own everything. Oh, they own everything. Well, you let them. Now, we don't have no tourism, and downtown is dead, okay? Well, they're always crying about that. Everybody's bitching about it. Well, do something about it, okay? I went to the mayor, and I said, what we need it's across from the beach. The beach is here, we get tourism, but on the downtown side, on the bay side, we get no tourism. And we have this beautiful waterfront. I said, I brought in the designs and everything. Let me put a Ferris wheel right here on the waterfront. The kind that's air conditioned, good all year round. It'll be a great draw. And people will come to Ferris wheel, just like in Orlando. They'll come to the restaurants. They'll come to all the stores and shops around there, and we'll create a buzz. Okay? Number one, the mayor straight out told me he doesn't have the power to approve it. Great idea, but he doesn't. I was going to pay for it. All they do is give me a little piece of land to lease. I would have put it there, bought it there. I would even done shared profiting with them, profit sharing with them. He says, well, this city has a no power mayor. The mayor can't even make a decision. He has to go in front of like 7 or 8 board members. And these people aren't qualified to run an ice cream store. I've seen them. They've never done nothing their whole life but maybe a government job, and they had no clue about business. They had no vision of the future. All they want to do is bitch and complain about everything. We have the wrong people in politics. That's the problem. We don't have educated business people.
Is this ever going to change?
Unfortunately, the way our society is, we got half the country that are doers and half the country that are just want to ride the
takers.
wave.
We got doers and takers.
You got Democrats, you got Republicans, and then you have your cuckoo, whatever, what do you call the other people? Anyway, the point is this, everybody needs to come together and just do what makes sense and be fair to everybody. Of course, we need services. We need police. We need fire. We need the roads. We need everything. Schools. It takes a lot of money to run a place. Yes, you need taxes. Absolutely, positively, we have to have taxes. But do it reasonable. Do it where you get what you need. All this waste that goes on. We got people. How many people in this country have jobs that we probably don't even need in politics or in bureaucrats? I mean, I'm just saying it's just with technology, These people should be more in private sector. Private sector is what makes this country run. Without private sector, you got nothing. You wouldn't have government without private sector, right? Private sector employs the people and then gives the money to the government, and then the government employs people because they're getting the money from the private sector. But, it starts with the public, and we just got to get rid of all these people running for office that just don't belong there.
Do you think it's easier than ever right now to get rich?
I think it's always easy to get rich if you find what you really have a passion for doing and have a good plan. I think, listen, I get console calls from kids. They're in their 20s. They're making millions. E-commerce. They don't even touch the product. I don't know much about e-commerce, but they're making millions of dollars online. With technology, I think it's even easier today. I mean, but if you have a passion for something, you're real serious about it, and it has the potential to make you rich, the world needs everything.
So what do you think then is the main thing that's stopping people, if it's easier than ever to get rich right now, from becoming rich?
There's a lot of people getting rich. And then there's a lot of people that just want to sit on their and don't have the drive. And that's fine. I don't knock these people. Listen, I was told a long time ago, I think the guy, he told me, when I failed at whatever shitty job I had, he says, well, don't worry, the world needs dishwashers. It's true, but do you have to stay a dishwasher your whole life? No. Maybe you make it up to sous chef. Maybe you make it up to chef. I don't know. Depends on the individual. Not everybody's cut out to be rich. That's a fact. You got to have that burning desire inside of you. Just like, I don't know about you, but he has it where he knows he wants to get up every morning and he wants to create and he wants to grow and he wants to be wealthier. That's the reward. Getting rich is the reward for hard work. You work hard, you get rewarded.
So you think the main obstacle in becoming rich then is mostly just a motivation and like a want? How badly do you want it?
It's a frame of mind, okay? It's a frame of mind. If you have your frame of mind and you don't waste your time with nonsense, if you have a logical, frame of mind that says, okay, if I do this, this, and this, it's going to get me to this point here. It's just like if I get off my ass, like I tell everybody that calls me, get off your ass and get an agent to help you look for the deals that you can afford. Okay? Why not? Why? Sitting around talking about buying something or looking on your own. Why? Get a professional to help you. Find a tool that's going to help you. Find an agent, and then if you don't like the agent, find another one that's dedicated and motivated to finding you the type of real estate that you want to buy and you can afford. Okay, that understands what you're looking for, what you're trying to accomplish. Okay, it's like when I sit down with lawyers, accountants, wealth managers, bankers, I got to really feel that when I'm talking to you and we're discussing my situation, that you understand what I'm trying to accomplish and you're going to be instrumental in helping me accomplish that. Okay, you got to get with people that are on the same page, and then you got to just keep moving forward. Get your ass out there, get a list from your realtor, look at all the deals in your area, draw a circle on a map, all right, in your price range, understand the market, and look for opportunity.
And really quick, I just want to say that most people know that they should have an LLC, but they keep pushing it off because it sounds super complicated. Well, that's why we partnered with Northwest Registered Agent. They make the entire process so simple that you could just get it done today.
For $39 plus state fees, Northwest forms your LLC and handles the state filings for you.
You get your operating agreement, member certificates, and banking resolutions, which is all the paperwork that actually makes it official.
And that's all that, plus a free domain, email, phone line, brand protection, and mail forwarding are bundled in so your business is ready to operate in the same day.
And your home address never goes in the public record. Northwest uses their own address in your filings instead of yours.
So if forming an LLC has been sitting on your to-do list for long enough, today is the day. Just go to northwestregisteredagent.com to get started.
That's northwestregisteredagent.com, or click the link down below in the description to get your LLC filed.
Thank you to Northwest Registered Agent for sponsoring this episode, and back to the podcast.